What if all the hours people spend exploring in new and different worlds and games are actually enhancing their brains for the real world? Humans have always been looking for ways to feel fulfilled, and sometimes boredom eats at us. So if people look for ways to avoid empty slots in their days, and for many people today, their source of that satisfaction comes from gaming. Now, some would say that this is just being lazy and unproductive. But in this video, I'm going to explore what my research has taught me about the cognitive impact of video games, how society views gaming, and why people continue to turn to games for entertainment. Video games are everywhere, in homes, schools, and even workplaces. But naturally, parents worry about screen time and teachers worry about attention. However, researchers, they're curious. They found that video games do far more than just entertain. They can also shape how we think, solve problems, and process the world around us. But in short terms, they can improve or enhance these cognitive skills. You may be wondering, how can video games possibly do any of this? Let's look at problem solving, for example. Games like Minecraft and The Legend of Zelda teach players to think critically and creatively. Dr. Jean Ryan, a developmental science psychologist, explains that strategy-based video games help children develop the kind of critical thinking needed in the real world. Minecraft has been one of the most popular games among gamers of all ages. Over time, it has appeared in schools as a learning game. It has been used in classrooms and coding programs, showing how simply playing a game can turn into real-world learning. Fast-paced games like Call of Duty or Skyrim can sharpen visual or spatial abilities. One study I used in my essay found that action game players had faster reaction times and better attention than non-players. Crazy enough, even surgeons performed better in simulations if they were gamers. Surprisingly, yes, gaming can be that serious. On the other hand, story-driven games, like the ones listed on the screen, can strengthen memory by having players recall details, memorize strategies, and sequences. An NIH study showed that kids who played up to around 3 hours a day performed faster and more accurately on cognitive tasks. Do you or someone you know have ADHD? Children with ADHD often connect strongly with video games. The ADHD Center notes that games offer immediate feedback, clear goals, and constant stimulation, things that the ADHD brain responds to pretty well. Dr. Natalie Wetter states that there is no evidence whatsoever that games can cause ADHD. But they do help some children stay focused, sometimes too focused, however, and it can lead to hyperfocus. So moderation is important when it comes to children with ADHD as well. Video games don't just enhance cognitive skills, they can also be a sense of comfort for many children, especially those who feel lonely or isolated. They find emotional connection in games. According to the Digital Wellness Lab, adolescents who feel lonely tend to game more and communicate more with gaming partners. Games like Minecraft, Fortnite, and Roblox become places where kids socialize, build friendships, and feel a sense of belonging they may not feel in real life. Gaming becomes more than an escape. It becomes a community and perhaps a space where they feel understood. Throughout the research that I did for this project, I learned that video games are far more powerful than society often gives them credit for. They improve problem solving, memory, attention, and reaction time. They can support children with ADHD, and they can create emotional comfort and connection for kids who feel alone. Games help people moving through life by becoming a form of comfort or relief, and for the ones that like to play for the game for the love of it, for the challenge and the competition. In a world where everyone is searching for happiness and purpose, video games have become a modern way for many people, and especially young people, to find joy in their identity or connection. They're not always just to get rid of boredom, they're also part of how we think, learn, and make sense of the world.